The campaign for Arizona's Republican candidate for governor, Kari Lake, says staffers yesterday were exposed to a white powdery substance found in packages sent to her office.
The FBI and Phoenix police collecting 2 envelopes containing the substance. There are no reported injuries. The Lake headquarters has been shut down for the ongoing investigation. Authorities say the exposed staffer currently under medical supervision.
Yeah, and you may remember this, too. Late last month, authorities arrested a man in connection with the break-in. This at the headquarters for Lake's opponent, Katie Hobbs. So a lot going on there. Candidate for Arizona governor, Republican ticket, Kari Lake, joining us now. Kari, how's your team? Where are you working out of now? We reported someone was at least having somewhat of medical advisement at this time. Catch us up with that.
Well, my team's doing well. So far, so good, but we're keeping an eye on them and monitoring their health, because sometimes if it's a substance that's dangerous, you can see effects of it days later. So we're keeping an eye on them. They're doing well. I think they were a bit nervous when they saw the response from the bomb squad, the FBI, the police, the fire that showed up and shut down the road in front of our office and did quite a big investigation. But we're having it analyzed. The FBI is investigating, and hopefully we can find out who is responsible for this. It's very disturbing. It's unsettling to see the kind of attacks that have been going on to people in politics, but we will not be slowed down. We have 2 offices. Everything's been moved to our other office, and we are moving forward. We've got our foot on the pedal, and we are flooring it right up until Election Day tomorrow, getting people out to vote, reminding them they have to show up, they have to call friends, and show up to vote tomorrow like their lives depend on it.
Yeah, some inconvenient timing, obviously, with the headquarters shakeup, but it sounds like you're still moving full steam ahead. Let's take a look at where you stand right now. It's a very close race, depending on the polls. And you know how this is, Kari. Some people more hesitant to respond to polling, but according to the Beacon Research one, you're ahead of your Democratic opponent, Katie Hobbs, by at least 2 points here. So tell me about what you're hearing from the ground game. When you're actually talking to voters, does it seem like it really is that close?
No, I mean, we've had polls showing us up 11 and 9 points, and I think it's more likely that. We have hundreds of people that show up for every event, sometimes more than 1,000. The enthusiasm, it's like going to a Trump rally almost here in Arizona. People are so excited to vote for us, and they're so excited for a change. I mean, you don't have to be an economist to realize that the economy is in terrible shape. You can't afford gas right now. We can't afford groceries. We are trying to save money, and we look at our 401k and we see that that's disappearing before our eyes. You know, these are the kinds of things that you should have on your mind as you walk in to vote. Who's going to make your life better? Our streets aren't safe. We're going to improve safety and security in Arizona. It's going to be the Republicans that do that. And the Democrats, how dare they? They try to push these horrible candidates. You showed Fetterman. They're trying to convince their base to vote for somebody who obviously has serious medical problems. They're trying to convince their base to support somebody like Biden, who can't even find the front door of the White House, who wanders around as if he's got dementia. And they're trying to force their base to vote for a horrible candidate in my opponent named Katie Hobbs, who's a twice convicted racist, who's cost the taxpayers nearly $3 million because of her racism here in Arizona, who didn't have the courage to show up and debate me and talk about what she wants to do for Arizona. The Democrats have lost their way. The party has left their platform, and they've moved right on into Marxism. And that's why we're seeing Democrats come our way and vote for us.
Yeah. Just to clarify, the president, at least so far we know, does not have dementia, but obviously does have quite a bit of gaps.
Let me tell you,
sure.
I've had relatives who've had dementia, and there's a lot of things I see in Joe Biden that make me wonder if he might be in the early stages.
I wanted to hone in on this, if I can, on your race, because Katie Hobbs appeared on CNN last week, had a few moments in terms of your race. Here's what she had to say.
Why do you think it wasn't important for people to see a debate in this election for governor at all?
In the primary, I was focused on the general election. I was miles ahead of my opponent. I won handily. It wasn't an issue. We're 6 days from the election, and this is the decision we made. So,
your response here.
Well, yeah, she was too much of a coward to show up in the Democrat debate and debate her opponent there. Now I just found out she's also a liar, because back when she skipped out on that debate, she said it was because she had COVID. Then she was asked about it later. She said it was a scheduling conflict. Now she's saying it was because she was so far ahead. Which is it, Katie? Which is it? She lies to the voters. She doesn't respect the people of Arizona enough to show up on a debate stage and lay out her vision for the future of this great state. That's why people in Arizona won't vote for her. They'll never vote for a coward. We're too strong of people in Arizona. It's almost laughable that she's on the ticket, that they put such a horrible candidate on the ticket.
You know, Kari, I know you're confident in your own campaign when it comes to governor of Arizona, but if we could expand to the rest of the state, Blake Masters is in a very close race for Senate against Mark Kelly. Do you think your campaign efforts to work together, to show up on these rallies, is actually going to end up bringing home a victory for Masters, although, you know, different polling suggests otherwise?
I believe it's going to be a red wave. We decided very early on. We had people who were actually telling us, don't go near the other candidates. They're not polling as well. They don't have as much of an enthusiastic base. Let them do their own thing. And I said, are you kidding me? We are a team. We are the Republican team. I want Blake. I want Mark Fincham. I want Abe Hamadeh at every single event we have that they can show up at. If their schedule permits it, I want them to have the same people that are seeing me speak, see them speak, because we need each and every one of them. Apparently that doesn't happen very often in politics, but that's the way I work. I want to lift the whole team, because when we lift the team and we get great leaders and great representation, then the people of Arizona do better.
Kari Lake, less than 24 hours away. Arizonans there voicing their vote. And it is a close one there, depending on which poll you look at. Kari Lake, always good to see you. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you. I'm sure we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Get out and vote.
There you go.